sometimes, we think, oh yeah, I'm gonna hit the lottery and blah 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 blah, and that's all we go for. We just keep buying them tickets, and keep buying them
Right.
tickets, and keep buying them
Hoping to have
scratchers,
the
and keep
winning number.
playing the Powerball, and we
Mm-hmm.
keep doing that because we feel like that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
When honestly and truthfully, it could have been just as simple as me going to this employer right here, and now I'm making 50, 60,
Right.
$70,000, and I'm not really working as
Right.
hard, and it's not as stressful. That
Mm-hmm.
the benefits, it could be,
There is a deep truth that you must understand, a truth so powerful it can change the course of your life. The truth is this: God has already planned the restoration of all your wasted years. Every moment of regret, every lost opportunity, every instance where you felt you were too late or too far gone. These moments are not lost. They are not gone forever. In the divine realm, there is no such thing as wasted time. Now, consider for a moment the idea of time. What if time is not the linear force we believe it to be? What if the past, present, and future are all part of the same divine flow? In the spiritual world, the concept of time as we know it does not exist. There is only the eternal now. And within that now, everything you have experienced, every mistake, every heartache, every moment of failure, is already being redeemed. The Bible tells us that God makes all things beautiful in His time. This is not just a distant promise for some future time, it is an active and present reality. You see, when you choose to believe in your restoration, when you begin to imagine yourself healed, whole, and living in the fulfillment of your desires, you are aligning with the divine power of the universe that has already set everything in motion for your benefit. Imagine this: you are standing in the fullness of your future. The pain you once felt is gone. The opportunities you thought you missed are now before you. The dream you thought was too big or too distant is within your grasp. You are not waiting for God to restore what was lost. You are already experiencing it. Right now, in this very moment, God is working behind the scenes to bring every fragment of your life into alignment with His perfect plan. You may look back and see mistakes or mischances, but in reality you were never separated from your purpose. You were always being guided, even through the moments of uncertainty. Every decision you made, every step you took, even the ones that seemed like wrong turns, have led you to this moment of awareness. In this moment, you are awakening to the truth that everything that was meant for you is still on its way. Your time.
Hello. You are listening and watching the Carver Ave Chronicles podcast with Tone and Trae.
Hello,
What's
guys.
going on, sis?
Ain't nothing much going on, bro.
What's up, guys? Yes. Well, ain't not much going on in your life, but it's a lot going
It's
on
a
in the
lot
world.
going on in my life, but
Well, I'm just saying, it's a lot going on in the world
Oh yeah,
too.
it's a lot. What's up?
Like,
What's
it's
going on? What's
crazy.
going on?
I mean, I'm sure you've seen it on social with the LA, LA stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's spreading all over the country. New York,
Oh
Chicago, Atlanta.
wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's getting bad out here. I mean, Atlanta had a riot the other night. People are really serious about this immigration stuff, man.
Yeah.
And I get it. I mean, I get it. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. 'Cause, like, in the crossfire of everything going on, you got some people that are like legit, like they've already done their work. So they're being punished because of everything going on.
Right.
And they got paperwork, they got everything, but because what's going on is like, okay, we're still gonna hold you over here, for whatever reason. So yeah, do you see the that flight? I think it's India, maybe?
My husband just told me about that
like
today.
241 people passed. Everybody died on the plane.
They said they had one survivor, a
literally,
young kid, somebody young.
wow, really?
Yeah, he's watching the news now. I was just
Wow. Okay, because they made it seem like there was no survivors.
They did say that at first. Yeah, they did say that at first.
Yeah. Whew. That's got to be rough, though.
Yeah,
man.
that's a lot of people. Jeez.
That's a lot. I mean, not only that, but like I watched some of the footage, and like it takes off, and it doesn't really get too far, and it goes back down. It's like,
Oh wow.
yeah, that flight didn't get far.
Mm.
That flight, it takes off, and then you see it coming back down, and
Wow.
explodes. It's like, wow,
Mm.
something wrong. But there's social media, like what I'm saying on social is like they're saying the plane was smoking. So
Yeah, I did see a
maybe
video of
something was
that.
wrong with the plane or something like that. But
I didn't know it
yeah,
was
it's
real. I
scary
was like, where do you
because
get these videos from? But now it makes sense.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. I think one thing about like the world we live in now, you got cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
You got cameras and pens. You got cameras on your phone, your laptop, your tablet. We're using webcams for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like I think, is it Facebook or maybe Ray-Ban or something? They got the glasses now with the stuff built
Mm-hmm.
in. So I mean, there's a camera everywhere. Dash cams in your car. Cameras are everywhere now.
Wow.
So you better believe if something's happening, somebody's going to capture
Right.
it one way,
Right.
somehow. Drones. I mean, there's no hiding from the system or anything in the world because somebody's gonna put a camera out one way or the other.
Right.
So, but prayers to all
Crazy.
the families
Yeah.
that
Sad.
had to endure that. What else is going on? I mean, yeah, it's just a lot. Like, it's supposed to be a big shindig. By the time this airs, it would already have happened. But number 47 having a big old birthday bash along with the army.
Oh.
It's going to cost millions and millions of dollars.
What?
He's got like over 6,000 soldiers. They're going to have tanks. They're going to have all the anything you can think of that's dealing with the army. They're going to have because the army's 250th anniversary or whatever you want to call that, and it's also his birthday this weekend or whatever. So they're putting all this stuff together,
Okay.
and then of course people in DC are really upset because I mean not only that, all over the country, like you get ready to fire thousands of government workers. You're taking away resources from people that actually need it, and you're going to spend, they're saying, over $100 million for this. Yeah. So, not even trying to get political or anything, but just doesn't seem like a good use of resources.
Nah.
When you think about everything
No
that's
way.
going on and what they're doing and all that. So it's just crazy right now. I don't know. It's just, on another note, real quick, I want to give you an update on the movie. So we're close. We're so close.
Oh, that's good.
So
Good news.
we sit down with the editor next week to do final edits, and my sound guy's got some files to work with now, so he can start tweaking the audio and things like that. So we are so close for this film being done. I can't wait.
That's good.
Can't wait.
Congratulations.
Can't wait. Oh yeah. Yep.
That's a lot of work.
So people have no idea. Like, there's a lot of people out here making movies and making stuff for Tubi or whatever they're doing, and that's fine. But me and Stephanie are taking our time and really making sure that we dot every I and cross every T, because when people see this film, I want them to look at it like, oh wow, this is Hollywood quality.
Yeah.
This is really good quality, and you could tell that we took our time and really put some creativity to it. So looking forward to that. But topic of this week, we are on part 3 of the Goddard series. How God will restore your wasted years. And I ran into this one. I sent it to you just, this past week, but I actually listened to this one a couple of times. I listened to it like probably a little over a month ago. When I was really listening to him, and because I always sit back and when I look at my life and I feel like I wasted so much time doing certain things, and maybe I didn't do something right, or what could I have done here or there that would have put me maybe in a better position in life.
Right.
So this was very, and this one also too. Like this is the third of the series. If people are actually listening to some of the clips that we attach to this, or even go to the video themselves, this one actually incorporates God in the Bible.
Yeah.
Goddard actually like references certain points in the Bible to kind of bring home a point of keep doing what you're doing, have faith in God, and don't feel like that all those years that you didn't get that you didn't get that promotion, you didn't your business didn't flourish like you thought it should, or whatever the case may be, is not wasted time.
Right.
The way Goddard puts it is he's saying, and I'm gonna say AI Neville because it's clearly AI generated, right? So me and my homeboy call him AI Neville, but it sounds like Neville Goddard, and hey, to me is Neville. So, but we call him AI Neville. But basically, what he talks about is just anything that you've done,
right,
was pretty much preparing you for what is coming next.
Right.
So don't feel like you wasted time in that relationship. Don't feel like you wasted time on this job. Don't feel like you wasted time trying to fix a kid that you feel like that might be broken. You are doing the very best you can what you got to do. Now you got to have faith that you didn't waste any time.
Right.
The years that you went through 5 relationships, or you've had 20 jobs, or whatever the case may be, is preparing you for what's coming next. So you got to have faith now that you will be restored.
Right.
What does that look like? That looks like, you know what, maybe that opportunity for a job that you got now could be the stepping stone for you to actually accelerate in the career you've been looking for. On the path, maybe the person that you're dealing with now, instead of looking at all the negative of what you've been through, look at the positive and how you can build and maybe make this one a better relationship. So, I think at the end of the day, it's talking about using what you've done and still having the faith to move forward to accomplish the goals or whatever you're trying to get out of life. So, it really dives deep. This was pretty long too, because this one it's about an hour. I think about an hour and a half. It's about an hour and a half, I believe, like an hour and a half long. So it's pretty lengthy. Like I say, it goes into different, parts of the Bible as well, and just, talk about how God's not going to let you down and things like that as well. So you guys really listen to it and see what he's talking about here, because I'm telling you, it's very motivational. Because I know for me, I'm 48 now. And I feel like I wasted a lot of time. I really do. And but when I sit back and look at where I'm at now and things that could be coming to fruition and things that I'm working on, honestly and truthfully, I'm right where I need to be.
Oh yeah.
So I gotta keep. The biggest thing is eliminating distractions and things that could take away, and really staying focused and having the faith that I can still get it done. And, now the thing with AI Neville, I will mention just real quick about him. So while he uses references from the Bible and God, there's some videos that say it's the universe.
Yeah.
It doesn't talk about any, God or anything. It just says the universe. So while we're going to mention God and all of that, if that's not your belief, okay. So you trust in the higher power or whatever that is, if you want to call it the universe or whatever the case may be. That's what he also does. But in this particular one, he mentions God a lot. So I think that's by design. Obviously, because this is all AI generated, man-made created stuff. It sounds like them. So, this is what it is. But from what you've heard, what are your thoughts on it, and how do you think it'll help you in your journey moving forward?
Well, actually, it was very timely of me listening to, because I'm going through something right now. And when I began to think about what he said, I was like, Tremaine, you're actually at the right place at the right time. You just need to learn the lesson and allow God to have his way in what he's trying to do. So to me, I'm not talking about like the years being wasted or whatever. Of course I feel like I wasted a whole lot of years too, but what also came to my mind was me wanting to be at a certain place by the time I turn 50. So I have to scratch all that. You know what I'm saying? Stop worried about time. You know what I'm saying? So basically I had what I learned from this video on today is I need to learn how to relinquish power. You know what I'm saying? Relinquish power, meaning I want to grab hold to everything that's going on. I want to be in control. I need to let it go. I need to let go and allow God to do what is it He's trying to do. So therefore, I can heal. I can walk into who He has called me to be. You know, and I can also, receive that which He has for me. So I mean, I thought it was really good for what I'm going through right now because I was like, I'm not understanding what's going on here, and I'm getting a little frustrated, But once I began to listen to that, I was like, okay, I got you. I got you. I understand you trying to bring me back to myself. And a lot of times what he does, he takes us through something, what I'm saying? And what we don't do is we don't pay attention to all the signs, to what he's trying to show us or what he's trying to tell us. We still trying to do it our own way. I had to learn, Tremaine, stop trying to do stuff your own way. Stop, 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 stop. And listen to what is going on. I'm trying to move you from this place to where I want to take you to. And that's what I gather from it. And I said I'm gonna go back and listen to it again. Because it was a lot of good stuff. It was a lot of good nuggets up in there that I truly enjoyed and needed at this moment, to be honest.
Yeah. I've listened to it 3 times already.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these deals I listened to more than once because it's just so relevant.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you listen to it, you're going to get something out of
Right.
it. You're going to get motivated. You're going to hear something that might be like, oh man, I needed to hear that part of it because, I'm going through whatever the case is. And so like, for me, when I sit back and listen to it, like, I'm like you, the whole thing of control and, we feel like we have to, literally do something to make a change.
Right.
Like, okay,
right.
I have to literally sit here and work 2 jobs to make sure, you know what I mean? Stuff like that, you know what I mean? And I'm getting to a point now where I'm tired.
Mm-hmm. That's why,
I'm
yeah.
kind of
Oh,
tired.
yeah.
So it's like, I'm like, man, you know what? Instead of me sitting here working myself to death, I got to figure out another way to make this thing to where I am, because I shouldn't have to work this hard.
Right.
Honestly and truthfully, I
Right.
shouldn't have to. So I just gotta work my magic in the things that I normally good
Mm-hmm.
at, and make it easier on myself, and just honestly and truthfully just put myself back
Yeah.
out here, like I
Yeah.
have been doing what I love to
Yeah.
do, because I mean it's going to open
Oh, yeah.
doors. It always has,
Oh, yeah.
and networks and opportunities. But I don't know. Sometimes, like I said, life, you take a turn and you think it's for the better,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just another life lesson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
that's what I learned today. I'm like, but
yeah, I mean, and I'm not mad or
no.
not even tripping about it. Like, but I'm just at a point now where I'm just really looking around and like, okay, I see paths to success. And
Right.
it may not be in an area where, it may not be dealing with videography. It may not dealing with film. It may, you know what I mean? It may not be dealing with a career.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like, okay, if I go down this path, I'll be able to free up
Right.
time
Right.
in my life to really do what I want to do and still be
Right.
successful. Because sometimes it's not about being successful in what it is that you got going on, videography,
Mm-hmm.
or you're a florist, or you're this or you're that. Sometimes being successful could be literally doing those things to now where I can go on vacation.
Right.
I can spend time with my family
Right.
and kids and this and that, because once you build something and you have people in place to like help manage
Mm-hmm.
things, now your life's a little bit easier and you can kind of live a little better.
Right.
Not saying you don't have to be hands on with your business, whatever the case may be, because at the end of the day, when you first start something,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
And even in the middle of whatever you got going on, you still got to check in and still got to do things. You can always be a part of it,
Mm-hmm.
but there are ways to be successful, and it ain't got to be monetary.
Right.
It'll be a part of it. Obviously you'll have some opportunities there as well, but I'm just really sitting back and just looking at different things that could be what I've been looking for,
Right.
just not in the way I thought it would
Right.
be.
Right.
So a lot of times, we think, oh yeah, I'm gonna hit the lottery and blah 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 blah, and that's all we go for. We just keep buying them tickets, we keep buying them tickets, we keep buying them
Hoping to have
scratchers,
the
we keep
winning number.
playing the Powerball, and keep doing that because we feel like that's gonna be it.
Yeah.
When honestly and truthfully, it could have been just as simple as me going to this employer right here, and now I'm making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. And I'm not really working as hard, and it's not as stressful. That the benefits, it could be, we just don't know. I mean, a lot of times we want it fast.
Right.
We want it like microwave. We don't want to do the slow cooker. We want to do the microwave. So,
either we could be comfortable and don't want to get out of our comfort zone. Cause that's where I'm at.
Oh,
because I'm very comfortable. I don't want. I don't like change. I like change, but not a drastic change all at once. So that's my thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm learning how change is good. And it's needed. It's necessary. But you are right though. You do have folks who want. I just told the church that Sunday, it's my money and I want it now. You know what I'm saying? We do have that mentality. Well, some of us do anyway.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if there's something out there that can get you some quick money that's not selling drugs or anything crazy,
right.
Okay, absolutely. Like there was a lady I worked with, whatever. And she was like, she wanted to start a hot dog stand or whatever. And I'm like, okay, then go get your hot dog stand.
Right, start.
I went online and I looked at, Amazon had a cart for like $300. I'm like, oh, that's cheap. You start this business for under $1,000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just, you work enough overtime, just get it and just go. Like, what are you doing? So, but it's as simple as, she got a little bit motivated. So, you help me with my business? No, it's not my business. It's yours. But because I came to her and like I immediately started looking at opportunity for her. She knows that I'm about business.
Right,
I could probably, but no, that's not. That's for
you.
I don't want to sell hot dogs. But it's just stuff like that where it's like people get so caught up in the 9 to 5 and the energy just being drained from the 9 to 5 that you don't sit back and really look at, okay, this is opportunity. Because like right now it's summertime. If I had a hot dog cart, oh man, I'll be out here. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm finding events. I'm finding sporting events. I'm finding whatever I can find to post. Hey, can I post up right here? I'll pay you, whatever. I'm getting it. Because this area here is always something going on. When I say always, it's always comedy shows, concerts, sporting events, conventions, all kinds of plays and all kinds of stuff all over the city. Not just downtown, all over the city and the outskirts. Always something going on, always. So there's no reason why you can't make any money here. So, but if she don't have the faith in herself or don't want to sacrifice the job, right? Because you work so hard and you're working all these hours and you're getting all this overtime or whatever, and you loving it because of whatever. Man, that's great. Use the overtime, all this stuff to do what you really want. If you want to sell hot dogs or smoke sausages, do that. It may not take you off the job, but at least now you got a little bit of freedom and flexibility where I ain't got to work all this overtime. I might can even actually cut my hours. So, but I say this is one thing that had listened to something conversation with her, whatever, and trying to help her figure some things out. But yeah, so Neville just kind of goes into letting God lead you, letting God lead you, and just having faith. And he just really just goes into just talking about different scenarios that you didn't waste your time. and that your years will be restored.
Right.
So even though you feel like you're a failure because you didn't do X, Y, and Z, no, you're not a failure. You're just being prepped for what's coming next. So now it's up to you
Right.
to understand that those years aren't wasted.
Right.
Those are just lessons learned to prepare me for what's coming next. So, I think he mentions forgiveness at one point, talking about forgiving people
I mean, it's necessary. Yeah, I
because,
mean, it's very
yeah,
important.
in order to in order to move forward,
You have
forgiving
to. Yeah.
people that may have hurt
Hmm.
you and things like that. I want to say he mentions forgiveness in one portion of the video / audio,
Yeah, because it'll hold you hostage
and
to that person.
not not only that, but not just that person, but by not doing that, you're going to hold feelings
Yeah.
and different things towards other people if you're
Yeah,
not
that
really
too.
right mentally.
Hmm.
So uh, you taking it from one relationship to another,
Right.
or whatever the case may be, because you got unresolved
Issues. Yep.
issues.
Hmm.
So um, so yeah, he just talks about a lot there that I think is really good. And just the biggest thing is just know that um, no time is wasted.
No.
No time is wasted.
Mm-mm.
So,
Yeah. No.
anything else that you heard or listened to that stood out to you that really resonated, or?
No, that was pretty much the only one. No, the like, 'cause I had to go and look up something. Well, what really stood out is the restoration part. What we don't really fully. I'm gonna say we. I'm just say what I really didn't fully understand is I need to be restored. Back to my original state. So basically, I'm going to give you a quick definition, and that's to return something or someone to their original state, condition, or position. It symbolizes God's redemption work. In comparison, yeah, physical, spiritual, and relational aspects and reflects God's desire to renew and heal His creation. So basically that's pretty much. That's why I said I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it because I was really stuck on that one part. I was like, oh, okay. I see what you're doing. So that throughout this whole entire throughout the whole entire episode, you know, what I got out of it all is that God wants to restore me back to me, and stop being a people pleaser and stop wanting to make sure everybody else is happy and I'm miserable and knowing I should be doing what my heart desires, but I'm not because I want to make sure you're good. And so he showed me how all of that is affecting me. They're good, but I'm not. So I need to allow and just allow what I'm going through right now to take place. Allow myself to go through this process because it's bringing me back to my natural state. Basically, I'm getting my power back and not always giving it to somebody else. Like, he showed me what's what, and literally told me, verbatim what was going to take place. And it took place, and I am getting mad. What am I getting mad for? So that's why I said, I really enjoyed that one part, that one section right there about, being restored back because I do, we all do need to be, if you're lost or if you're going through something or if you're broken or if you're in your healing stage, I know everybody's not at this place, so for those who are, we need to be restored back to who God originally created us to be. We really do. So whichever way he takes you through your journey, don't get off. Don't get off the ship. Don't get off the boat. Don't get out the car. Meaning
Hmm.
allow the process to take place because there's healing on the
Yeah.
other side. There's a reward on the other
Hmm.
side. Whatever it is you look for is on the other side. And I do have a vision and a plan. And the Lord, he showed me today, okay, well, if you stay here, you really can't fully walk into what I'm trying to give you because you're still holding on to that weight. You need to let it go. It has served its purpose. You're the one who's holding on to it when I'm trying to open up a new door. So that's what I pretty much got out of it. And that's why I said I'm gonna listen to it again. I know it was a whole lot more, but I don't remember nothing but that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm being honest,
That's
'cause
all. I
it's.
mean, but that's the thing. That's
Go ahead.
yeah. No, that's why I said what I said earlier. Like when you listen and watch these deals, it may be a certain section of what he's talking about that hits you because like, oh man, it's close to home.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Excuse me.
you're right. And he does talk about being fully
Yeah.
restored and things like that as well. And then what does that look like?
Right. Yeah. What
I
does that
mean,
look like? Like for me,
what does that
Oh,
look
go
like?
ahead.
No, you
Like,
fine.
well,
Go
for
ahead.
me,
You
what
go.
that looks like is, being able to think with a clear, having a clear vision or lens or whatever you want to call it, seeing what I see and being able to take action and have, and be unapologetic about it. I don't want to be feeling guilty about the decisions that I make, so therefore I want to be clear. I want to have joy. I want to have peace. You know what I'm saying? I want, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I want to be whole and this, that, and the third. That's what it looks like for me. Because right now, as I first stated, I'm always worried about everybody else, but I'm not worried about myself. So I want to be happy and whole within, which I know it's a process, but that's still a step because that's a step. Because if I continue to go the path that I normally go, I will be in a situation next year after that, still fussing, still complaining. But no, I'm taking a stand, and that's what it looks like for me. Taking a stand for what I
Yeah.
know is right.
Yeah. And that's what like I was in that mindset earlier. I was thinking, I was like, I'm going to have to really sacrifice and take a step back from a lot
Yeah.
to really get to the next
Yeah.
level. Because we do get caught up with everything going on with the family and the kids, and the job can get us caught up because we're worried about whatever they're talking about. Whatever the case is, because obviously we still got to deal with, well, you better do this, or you need to do that, and whatever, the timing of, being on a job for however long you've been
Right.
on and that wearing you out. There's so many different things that can kind of, get you out of, off the path and honestly and truthfully drain
Oh
you.
yeah.
So you don't even feel like doing anything
Right.
to stay on
Right.
the path.
Right.
You're just like, you know what? Let me get off this path and go
Right.
down because I can't.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, I was in that same mindset that I'm gonna have to really buckle down because I got some ideas that I know would be very, very lucrative. I'm gonna have to sacrifice and cut back and really
Right.
focus, like truly focus, because it's hard.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm a man of many talents. I can do many things. I can do different things, and I want to do a lot of things. But at the end of the day, the reason why I've done videography for so long, because I'm really good at
Yeah.
that. I'm really good at that, and I've got the most success out of that, and I get the most joy out of that. That's the reason why I never really people like, oh, why don't you do this? This I've never been the one to like really pivot and do 3 or 4 different things. I just feel like you can't be successful that way. I think you should build one thing and then you go
Well, at least the right
somewhere
way
else
of
once you
doing
built
it.
that one
Yeah.
thing. But but now it's time for me to really, I've kind of given up videography. I think I might have talked about this
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Like I still do it, but that's not really, my heart is still in it, and I'll do it, and I love doing it when I get the camera in my hands. But I don't, like, now I'm at a place where I need to get to a point where I can provide for our parents while they're still
Right.
here. Help out the kids.
Right.
And making sure that, well, I've always made sure they're good anyway, but like they're really set up for if something happens.
Right.
And I'm not here or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Not saying that it's a good thing to have this generational wealth that you just give to your kids, but why not?
Right.
Other people do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's also biblical too. So it's, it's not like we're going against the principle. Cause that's where I'm at as well. I began to think about where I am, and and I was like, Tremaine, how far you think you're gonna go? Keep going this route, So I'm in the same. I'm in the same mindset right now too. There's so much I want to do for our parents, so much I want to do for my kids and my grandkids. You know what I'm saying? And do I have to do it? As some folks say, you don't. They grown. I know they grown, but it's what I desire to do. I want to leave something for my children and my children's children.
Yeah.
But I can't do it where I'm at, so I have to make a decision. So I mean, that's why I say to me it was good. Because he
Absolutely.
wants to. That's part of also being reconciled in my finances, in the way I view money, in my giving and different stuff like that. So, but go ahead.
No, I'm just sitting there. I'm just sitting here talking. I'm just thinking and visualizing.
Yeah.
Just what's to come. Because I mean, anything's
Right.
possible. Anything's
Right.
possible. And yeah, I just at this point, I'm at a point where I don't look at it as wasted years anymore.
No.
Do I have regrets
Yeah.
about not being able to do certain things that I probably should
Right.
have done because people talked me out of it, or I made bad decisions here or there? Yeah, I think about those things, but I'm not gonna sit back and be dwelling on. I never dwell on that stuff, but I wish I had done some things.
I used to be like, I done wasted 45 years. I'm being honest. I literally had came to my senses and actually told myself, self, you didn't waste nothing. You're right on time. Because if you would have got what you got then, what would you have now? So I literally had to go and literally think about everything that I had wanted, desired, felt like I should have. But then where was I at mentally? Where was I at spiritually? You know what I'm saying? I began to, so now I'm at peace. I'm okay. I'm right where God needs me to be. Now just have me just keep going. Even if I have to move scared, keep going. Because I know perfect love casts out all fear. So I know he will take away all that. But go ahead. Didn't mean to cut across you.
I mean, for me, no, you're good, you're fine. So like the thing with me, like I took there was a free class from a filmmaker or whatever. She teaches people, about film and producing and things like that, right? I mean, not that I needed it. I just was just curious to see what she had to say. A lot of the filmmaking stuff, I know. I've been doing this stuff so long. But one thing she said, she was like, if you not comfortable writing, just do a bunch of free writing until you get comfortable. And then she provides topics. It's like you look at a topic, you might say going to the grocery store, and you just free write about going to the grocery store. She just gives you like little talking points. Okay, the next word might be car is stopped, and you're just taking these things like free writing. And but she also talks about putting into a format to where you can make it into a script, blah 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 blah, right? But so basically, she was just saying, even though you might not have an idea, just let it go. Just start just writing about stuff.
Yeah.
Till you get comfortable and you get into a rhythm of, okay, now I can kind of maybe focus on something and go. And also too, she was like, don't worry about money. Your resources is people, equipment, and locations.
Right.
And in this case, outside of the filmmaking world, your resources are going to be people. For sure. That can be networks. And support. And whatever you need, you know what I mean? It might not be, okay, in the film world, it's like, I need a cameraman, I need a sound guy, I need this, I need that. So we're bringing these pieces together. It could be, hey, maybe I can find somebody that wants to go into a hair salon and like start their own thing, and we can partner.
Right.
Versus me trying to come up with all this money by myself. So it's a matter of just like figuring out how to network and all that. But she talked about that utilizing resources that don't require money, because people want to be a part of something if they believe in your idea and what you got going on. And then she also talked about, don't worry about, she said, set a date.
Oh, yeah.
Set a date. And that way you're going to be working and doing what you got to do. And you're going to have to get to that date and make something happen. Versus trying to get everything in place and in order and this, that, and the third, and don't have any kind of a date, and nothing really happens because you done gave up because something went wrong over here, or whatever the case is. I really enjoy, hearing her say, just kind of, don't worry about the money piece.
Yeah.
And I never really did anyway, because I already know where resources are. I already know. I already have some. So I'm not even worried about the money
Right.
piece. But the biggest thing was to just like, to set a date and just go do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just go do it. Just go do it. Things will happen. It'll work out.
Right.
You get exactly what you
You're
need.
right.
So it motivated me a little bit because I got 2 scripts I'm sitting on right now that I should have been produced, but I just haven't produced it because I felt like, well, I just need all this money to do it, and I just need this, and this, and I really don't. I could make it happen if I just really put my mind to it and put my head down and started contacting people and, hey, can you help me? Da 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 da.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it just and like I said, and I ran across that on a humbug on social,
Okay.
and I sent it to Stephanie because I wanted her to learn more about filmmaking
Mm-hmm.
because she loved being a part of the project. Obviously she was very vital and
Mm-hmm.
important because she did a lot for the project, but she didn't know anything about film.
Mm-hmm.
She learned a lot by working with me on this project.
Wow.
But I sent it to her so that way she can get more
Right.
insight on maybe what goes into some simple
Mm-hmm.
things like directing and
Mm-hmm.
producing and stuff like that, and the actual little bit of camera work, whatever the case is, and hopefully she'll learn from it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I learned something as well, even though I know some stuff. Also, just kind of got some motivation on, what, it ain't got to be perfect. Just let's go,
Right.
and everything will come into place. So,
That's what.
yeah.
That's what one of my coaches always say. Done beats perfect. Get it done.
Oh, I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a firm believer. Like I talk to people all the time, and I try to motivate them. Like they always sit back and be like, "Oh, I just what do they always say? I tried." I said, "No, you didn't try. You did. You did it. Like if you actually did something,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't try. You
Right.
actually did it. You just it might not be the way you wanted to
Right.
do it, but you did
Right.
it. I really tried to do X, Y. No, you did X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
It just may not have been as perfect as you wanted
Right.
it or whatever, but you did it. I don't like to say that I tried stuff because no, you're not trying, you're doing. So keep doing
on
it.
doing it. Yeah. But that's what I do.
And don't feel like
I do that too. I set a goal. I don't do that. I mean, I set a goal, and then once I meet that goal, I set another goal. Like whatever product I'm selling, I'll have my out costs, like how much I put into it, and then I have a goal within myself to be like, okay, well, I want to make sure I go past that. You know what I'm saying? And then I feel more accomplished then. I mean, I know I should feel accomplished for already getting into it, but no, I like to go the extra mile. I'm a little extra, so therefore I want to go past that. I want to supersede that, you know what I'm saying? And then I feel accomplished. I did the thing I need to do, but I also made more. I made more than what I invested. I always want to make my investment back, but when I make more, that's gravy. But yeah. So I'm learning how to get stuff done. Just get it done. Get it done. And it takes a lot of work, but hey, you'll feel really good about yourself. For one, you're getting out your comfort zone, you're doing something different, and you're actually fulfilling your vision, and you're walking into your purpose.
I always try to tell people progress is
progress. It sure is. A win is a win.
A win is a win. We got to celebrate the small wins, all of that.
So look at where you was yesterday, or last year, or last month. But you accomplished something more. A win is a win.
Win is a win. So I don't care if your goal was to be at the end of the sidewalk that's 2 blocks away.
Sure, you didn't do a block at first.
If you made it halfway there, without being winded, and you could keep going, then hey, you'll get there.
Yeah,
you'll get there. So, but yeah, yep. So, lesson for tonight or today, whenever you're listening, or watching. Time wasn't wasted, guys.
No.
Time wasn't wasted. God will restore, or the universe will restore those wasted years. You have to keep your ear to the street, as they say, and be in tune with yourself and with your surroundings to realize that I'm right where I need to be, and keep working towards what I'm trying to work towards. It ain't got to be monetary. It ain't got to be, whatever. If it's just as simple as you getting your first house, whatever that looks like, just go keep going for it, keep pushing for it, make it happen. So you didn't waste all this time, and I still ain't got my house. Okay, well, time wasn't wasted because you didn't get the
Right.
house yet. You can still get the house.
Mhm.
And once you get the house, you will be restored because you have your own backyard and everything else.
Oh.
All right, like, subscribe, and comment, guys. Like, subscribe, and comment. We are trying to keep this content going. Anything you want to say, Trae?
Oh no, I mean, like I said, just learn how to enjoy the journey. No, it's not easy. We're gonna have our moments where we feel like we're just deep down in the valley, but learn the lesson while you're in the valley. Gain that strength, gain that knowledge that that to do, and that power back that you have lost. Because that's where he works with us. He works on us when we're in that dark place mostly. So therefore, don't give up. Don't give up.
Yeah.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Because there is light at the end of the tunnel. Meaning you will walk into your purpose. You will be restored. You will get everything that God has for you. But you got to keep on pushing. I press towards the mark, toward the prize of the high calling, which is in Christ Jesus. Keep on pressing, y'all.
Pressing, keep pressing.
Yeah, keep going.
You will be restored.
You will be restored.
Well, yes. Follow us. We're gonna have socials up soon too, so we're gonna put ourselves out here on socials. We'll have some reels and clips and things like that. Kind of like, put his little nuggets out there. Maybe people can listen to it, get a little motivation.
Yeah.
A little more pep in their step from a word from Tone and Trae. So we'll try. I know we are building this thing. It's, we're working on it. So slowly but surely we're getting there, and we're going to get there. We'll get what we need from this podcast. So, all right. Well, I am Tone.
And I'm Trae. Thanks for listening and watching.
The Carver Ave Chronicles podcast. We're out. Peace.
This reality should transform the way we approach every situation in life. Whether we are facing a challenge at work, a conflict in a relationship, or a decision about our future, we can do so with the confidence that God is with us, providing the wisdom and strength we need. It is also important to remember that God's presence is not just for our personal comfort and well-being. It calls us to action, to live lives that reflect His love and His goodness in the world. Knowing that God is with us should inspire us to be courageous in our faith, to step out in love and service to others, knowing that we are not doing it alone. When we are called to speak up for justice, to offer compassion to the hurting, or to extend forgiveness to those who have wronged us, we can do so with the confidence that God's presence goes before us and empowers us to do what we could not do on our own. The presence of God is also a source of unity. In a world divided by differences, whether they be political, cultural, or social, God's presence reminds us that we are all connected by something greater than ourselves. When we are aware of God's presence with us, we can begin to see His image in others, even in those with whom we disagree or with whom we have little in common. This awareness of God's presence should move us toward greater compassion, greater understanding, and greater efforts toward reconciliation.